right, for the second video, our second creature that we are going to talk about from Rifts Bestiary 1, the Corrival Battler. That is the creature you see on the cover right there, chasing that poor guy who's trying to do the fireman's carry with his buddy. And I don't think he's going to get far, because this monster is not a joke. And so let's just dive into it and take a look at what this weirdo does. All right, so first of all, this thing is an alien, and there's more than one.
Sure.
We don't know where they come from, but we know that wherever it is must be hostile and bad. Unfortunately, there's no other picture here other than the cover. You know, while I'm going through this first part, I'll just leave the cover of the book up. Oops, not 10, 1. And there you go, because you're looking at the monster right there. It's a Laytoon predator. It's primate-like. You can't really see it in that picture, but it actually kind of runs like an ape on its knuckles and its feet. And it's got segmented dermal armor. It says it has an exoskeleton, but it also seems to have an internal skeleton, I think.
Oh, double whammy. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you'd kind of have to be this, but anyway. It's large, if you can't tell already by the size next to that person, and excels at vertical movement. Yes, insert King Kong references now. You can do that, and one of the hook, line, and sinkers is kind of going to involve that. Its primary drive. What does it want to do in life? It's just hungry, right? No, it literally wants to fight the biggest, baddest thing out there.
Wow. Okay. So it's a orc.
Yes, it's beyond an orc. It wants to seek and challenge the strongest nearby, and this is where the fun comes. PPE or arcane signature.
Oh my God! It smells magic. The more magic you got,
it's not going after your glitter boy. Although it might go after your glitter boy, especially if glitter boy hurts it. And it also likes to attack other armored things. So it does like to attack APCs, but it's going to find the APC that the wizard is in.
Awesome. Ugh.
Oh, it loves it. Oh, it just wants that PPE, and it's going to toss you around like a rag doll to get it. So, all right. Core behavior. Its objective is to neutralize or separate the highest value arcane target from his ally or gear. It uses hit and run bursts. Strike from elevation. Remember, it can climb like a monkey. It will grapple and wrench. It will relocate vertically and regenerate. Oh yeah, another monster that likes to regenerate and regenerates quick, fast, in a hurry. Its target priority in descending order. Active spellcasters, rune weapons and techno-wizard devices, high PPE beings like dragons and elementals, armed escorts obstructing access. So in this case, being the Borg is, whew, thank you. Sorry, Leyline Walker, but this is you. Its preferred environment. It likes a vertically cluttered environment. It definitely loves ley lines, and it likes warmth. It actually suffers penalties in the cold. Things like refinery towers, nexus catwalks, forest megafauna trunks, things like that. I'm sure I didn't look at the map fully because I think the map only shows
8 or 10 of them in Dinosaur Swamp.
Yeah, yeah. But since I think this is mostly covered North America, I'm sure there's some in South America jungles as well.
Sure.
Areas that it's like, okay, whatever. Open industrial yards with scattered cranes and containers because it can still kind of swing around. And it can do its charge, right? Areas where it's weak, flat interiors with choke points. Corridors where it has to make quick turns. Places with minimal handholds. And sustained sub-freezing exposure. Violence sells everything. Says despite being an alien, sounds more like an experiment from Lone Star. Actually, some people think that's what it is. But the book does say alien. So capabilities. Now these are play relevant capabilities. It's oh my God. Hold on, forget it. I'm going to skip this part because we're just going to look at the stats because you won't believe me otherwise.
Oh God.
Limitations. Cold reduces its performance, and I'm going to actually have a hook, line, and sinker about that because I wanted to introduce it in that concept. constrained angles and avoids long trades. Kind of like the Cerebral Scrambler, it's not going to stay and just go blow to blow with you. It's going to run off. It's going to do some other things as well, but it's not going to just try to stand there and go blow to blow with somebody, especially something that is really, really powerful that can hurt it. And I keep mentioning it, but like a Glitter Boy, but it can take a few shots from the Glitter Boy as well. So how do you want to introduce this? What are some pre-engagement signs that you can use for this? Well, hand and footprints. You see a huge monkey like 8 movements. Now, this would be for the Wilderness Scout, right? To kind of understand this tracking. It looks like a monkey, but its hand's about 5 times the size. What? You can find handprints on vertical because it really likes to climb vertically. Spread pattern consistent with like feet grabbing. Remember how monkeys grab things with their feet as they're climbing up stuff? Antenna, rails shiver without the wind. Minor EM noise near lay-touched metal. I don't know why I used that word lay-touched. I just thought it sounded cool. Now that I said it out loud, it didn't. Arcane items hum and spike intermittently. And brief metal torsion ping, because it's heavy. It's silence when the impact comes just a second later. Now, how would you fight if you're the game master? How would you opening? Approach from elevation. Target the biggest PPE. Attempt to immediately disarm, grapple, and move the fight onto a vertical surface. And it can do that. All right. One of the things that I didn't say yet, and I don't know if I have it in the notes later. I think I do. This thing doesn't necessarily fight to kill. Sometimes it just shows you that it won and walks off. It especially does that with bigger things like dragons and demons and so forth. Like, I kicked your butt. I'm out. Good enough. Have a nice day. Smaller things like humans that can't take as much damage, well, those get ragdolled a bit more. Have 2 or 3 burst exchanges, and then it retreats to a higher perch to assess or to regenerate and re-engage on a new vector. Disengage. How would you disengage with this thing? Well, off a ley line, if you're off ley line fights last 30 to 60 seconds and then it's done. Believe me, it's going to do enough damage in that time that it made its point. Cold exposure. Loss of a vertical advantage or repeated precision hits on its feet, joints, eyes, the little sensor floaty things that it's got out there. Things like that could do that as well. All right. So what are some countermeasures for the player characters? And game masters should reward these. Field control. If you can lure it off a ley line, force it into some sort of large stairwell or corridor, cave, whatever, deny it climb holds. Use foam and grease and slippery magic or whatever. I'm not sure about nets, but maybe there's some sort of like electrical net or something, tethers, adhesives that you can use. Carpet of adhesion, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that works on something this strong, but things like that. Get yourself some field control. Damage profile. Prioritize cutting energy and called shots at grasping feet and joints. You're going to find out why in a moment. And no, I don't know. I didn't remove the word energy there. That was the original. It should be cutting or cold attacks. Energy, we'll see in a moment. Decoys. Split mass PP. Get the wizard out of there. Cast something with a high PPE in a location where it's like, signal, look at me, I'm PP. Well, the wizard's going, help. Might be him that has to do it, don't know. And then route discipline, plan extraction paths, avoid rooftop standoffs, move objective through controlled interior. Now, obviously, this is going to mean you have to know what you're fighting, right?
Yeah.
So, how to feature the creature? You can have it as an apex interdictor. It protects a nexus. These things love sleeping near nexus points and ley lines. It tests the mage or techno wizard discipline. Sorry, guys, but either we're not going to be by the ley line, or we have to find a way to get it away from the ley line, because we're not going to be able to happily cohabitate this area together. So maybe you're going to have to calm down a little bit right now. Caravan breaker. This is an easy one. It just comes through and barrels through your convoy, or more appropriately, flops off some sort of cliff as you're coming through, maybe in between two, as he said before about like Lone Star, maybe New Mexico territory or something with the plateaus. You're coming through there, it comes flopping off of those and just barreling like like a boulder, smashing stuff. And it's in the urban environment. You're like, it can't be in the urban. It's too big. Oh, no. Big buildings still exist. Satellite dishes still exist. It's a rooftop antenna corridor type predator. It's going to jump from one building to the next building. It's, again, think of that King Kong thing, but actually going from building to building to building. And it's going to punish exposed sightlines. Vertical hazards, expect rail failures, ladder peel-aways, sign falls, place civilians and curious NPCs in plausible danger zones. Hey, what's that? Or the opposite. Oh, shit, look at that. As they're running away, what do humans like to do in a crowded movie theater when they're running out of that crowded movie theater? They like to trample each other. It's Walmart at Black Friday. So you can use those as hazards. Structural response, recoil, have those buildings recoil, have ladders fall, have catwalks fall, have windows break, have concrete chip. These things aren't small and they're dangerous. Look at the horns. And you can also use that as a telegraph before an attack. You hear the big kunk, and then or the ping of metal. And finally, the summary for the Game Master: run the Corrival Battler as a terrain and targeting specialist. It hunts the highest arcane signal, leverages verticality, shrugs common kinetics, and resets via regeneration, especially on ley lines. Telegraph its approach. Remember, it knows it's the toughest thing out there. Reward parties that change the field or damage type and let static or loud tactics work at a cost. Yeah, you can brutally shoot this thing down. It has mega damage, right? If you go in, as Chris just said, guns blazing, you are going to regret that. And I'll explain why, I think now. Yep, page 108, book statistics. All right, well, let's just first see what it has for the main body. I always lose my mouse. There it is. Main body, 1d4 times 100 plus 350 has an average of 650 mega damage.
Wow.
You could roll higher. Now, it does have a vulnerable underbelly at only 1d6 times 10, so let's say 40 plus to 280 MDC only. Good luck getting there. All right, horror factor 8 for the baby size. Horror factor 14 for the 16, when mated pair, because they're angry and grumpier. Size 18 to 22 feet when standing on hind legs, else it's about 6 to 7 feet. Yeah, 6 to 7 feet. Who cares? Its lifespan is PPE. Hyper aggressive. There we go. Again, it targets the thing that it hates the most. Skills, don't care. You can look at that later. Where is its... there we go. Here are its powers. Ballistic segmented armor. Punches, kicks, bullets, railgun rounds, missiles, and other explosives inflict half damage. You've just increased its MDC from 650 to 1300. Extreme heat resistance. Sorry, Burster, but it only takes 20% of your damage. Feelers. So, it's got those, you can't see, if you look at the book cover, you can see, but it's got these little feelers that come out of it. It looks like almost like a displacer piece, feelers from D&D. Feelers help the monster to navigate in the dark and in close quarters, but more importantly, measure the air temperature and warns the monster of drastic changes in air temperature and the approach of winter and winter storms as far off as 36 hours away. Penalties for darkness and blinded are only -4, not the normal -10 to dodge. It's got mandibles that it tries to eat you with, prehensile feet that it tries to pounce you with. It's got a whole bunch of special moves that we won't talk about all of them. It can trap you in the feet. It can throw you around with its feet. And by the way, if it does get you, you are not moving. It's end of story until somebody frees you or it decides to free you. Tracker, smell, and sense mages. Where's its 2,500 feet or 762 meters. So basically 3/4 of a kilometer, and it knows when a techno wizard device or a mage or somebody is around.
Wow.
Yeah, there's the stomp and hold, 75% chance, stomp and grab, stomp to inflict damage, only 3d6 plus 2 mega damage, help you're wearing armor, and an 80% likelihood of being knocked down. I'm speeding through this one because we got to go here, but 2, you get the idea. If you want to know more, all the intricate specifics about it, you get it. So it does have poor night vision, so that's good. And it doesn't like the cold. It actually suffers negatives in the hold. 50% greater damage. It's also -1 attack and -2 to combat maneuvers, initiative, strike, parry, dodge in cold, and reduce speed by 30%. Oh, I didn't show that. Oh yeah, where's its feet? Value notes, new creature. Okay. I want to show this one last thing here because you're probably saying, well, that's fine. It's running after me. I'll just take off its legs. I can't find it here. Okay, well, here, I'll tell you what happens. I might have the percentages a little wrong, but if it loses one whole leg, it's only -30% speed. If it loses 2 whole legs, it's minus like 60 or 70% speed. If it -3 whole legs, it's still hopping on 1 at 10% of its speed and aggression. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to slow it down, but it's still going to be angry and still have its attacks and so forth, okay? All right. Let's dive into these hook, line, and sinkers because I know we need to get this over with. But it is also a video for the folks out there to watch. Remember, that is the creature. You're looking at it now. It's happy. All right, Leyline High Rise. This is one where you're fighting in kind of a populated area, maybe somewhere near the Coalition, or I'm guessing Federation of Magic or somebody probably has areas, or maybe even just regular cities out there have maybe not skyscrapers so much. I don't know Rifts as well. Nug, correct me on that, but you'll have the business district, so to speak. Okay, so it's going to hop along those roofs. So your hook, why are you here? Well, we'll just say the party beds down in a fortified district where a thin ley line threads across the downtown rooftops and through a telecom tower. Neon flickers, rune-etched graffiti marks past wizard duels. Locals whisper about the hand-feed ape scaling buildings at night. Just remember, most people are people. Even in the Federation of Magic, most of those people aren't mages. Most of those people are going to be people selling wares, cleaning the streets, cooking food, whatever. All right. Line. A jittery techno-wizard shopkeeper hires the party to escort him to a nearby high-rise where he left a TW capacitor. I don't know exactly what that is, but from what I could tell, it's like a lunchbox size PPE reservoir.
Okay.
That he stashed beside an antenna during last night's storm. Around midnight, he heard something climb the facade, sniff the device, scrape metal, and then the building's wards flickered. He got the heck out of there. He's afraid to go up there alone. He's a techno wizard, and offers you payment to get him up there and get his stuff, or just to go get his stuff. He'll even give you a discount on some of his techno wizard gear, and you all like that, right?
Sure.
Here's another one. A leyline walker reports being stalked from skyline to skyline. He'll pay for just one night of peace. Or the City Watch offers a bounty to stop a climber that dragged victims up facades and drops them.
Okay. That's just
now the sinker. What's the overall problem? Well, we already know what it is. We're talking about the creature, right? A Corrival Battler is prowling the high-rise corridor, using the ley lines as a highway and keying on strong PP. Oh, we didn't look at his regeneration again.
Man, you love to gloss over the fact that these things regrow arms and shit.
I know, right? It's if I remember correctly, let me look up because it'd be actually faster if I look up in here. I think it's 2d6. No, that's where's the Corrival Battler? It's there we go. In battle superiority, blah blah blah. To be well, it's because I am trying to get through some of this. Mandibles, prehensile feet, natural ability, horror effect, MDC by location, attributes, blah blah blah. Where the hell is all this? Oh, here we go. 2d6 MDC per hour.
Oh, that's reasonable.
48 to 288 MDC per day. And it's double that on a ley line.
Oh, okay. It just got unreasonable. But all
right. Anyway, it uses ley line as highway, king on strong PPE, techno wizard devices, etc. So if you've got one in your party, a great way is like, maybe put yourself out there. Look at me, look at me. It hits grapples with prehensile feet, relocates vertically. Small arms and rail bursts obviously underperform. It heals between passes. Minor complications. The target rooftop is on a ley line nexus, a small one, but its regeneration is juiced if you fight there. The fire escapes and catwalks are crowded with curious scavengers and roof squatters and the dregs and so on and so forth. I'm not leaving, man. I've watched those cop videos. You think it's stupid, but people do that. The techno wizard capacitor hums like a beacon. Shutting it down requires a finicky ritual or a tool nobody brought. Ways to solve: delay the field, lure it off the ley line. If you can do that, use PPE bait. Bring it to a neighboring dead roof if there's such a thing. I didn't know if that was a thing, but it seemed like it could be. Then spring a trap on it. Vertical control, harpoons, monofilament tethers, or adhesive foam to pin a limb. Fight down a stairwell where it can't bound from wall to wall. Damage type pivot, emphasize energy and cold damage, psi swords, or focus called shots. Overusing blunt and ballistic volleys, because we already know that those things aren't going to really help you out much. Split PPE signatures, have one go this way, one go that way, one go that way, and try to get it to go into a direction that you want it to go in so that you can control the fight. And a precise retreat. You don't have to win. Now, you're not going to know this, except that I'm telling you, but you don't have to win by killing it. If you get it just to leave the area because it proved its point, I'm stronger than you, I'm better than you, maybe it goes and tries to find better prey. Or you can escort the leyline walker or techno-wizard vendor through a pre-cleared interior path while a decoy team kites a battler across dark roof. All of these involve not fighting it straight up. Why? Why do you not fight this thing straight up, Heathen Dog?
Because it's tough and it's mean. And
there you go.
It's going to throw you off the roof.
And what's it going to do if you get into a fight with it? Let's just say you even if you're capable of fighting this thing, you're in a city.
Yep. It's gonna go apeshit because it's an ape.
I see what you did there. Yeah. So outcome: clean extraction. Locals hail the party as rooftop angels. Techno Wizard Market opens special orders. The battler relocates. That's the best outcome. Messy slugfest on the ley line. Casualties among the roof squatters. City Watch imposes curfews. The party is effective but reckless. Capture and study. Good luck with that one. Reputation for brains over brawn. Future hooks with researchers and rival hunters. And bots are ignored. Night hunts continue. A marked NPC contact goes missing. That's right. Make somebody that the PCs either do care about or end up caring about go missing. And you have a recurring antagonist now. All right. Adventure number 2. We're going to skip adventure number 2 and come back to that maybe. Adventure number 2 is real simple. It's a caravan. I can put it on our Discord for people to see. It's a Nexus caravan. Long story short, you got to get from point A to point B, and at a couple of points in there are choke points that this thing excels at. Comes down and starts beating the crap out of your people and your stuff and your things, and the caravan master does not want that to happen. So your job is to either protect them or drive it away, whatever. But it's a surprise attack during a caravan. And I think even from the first one, you get enough ideas. This one I want to talk about, and this one was important to me. Reason being is because sometimes you want to use a creature like this with low-level characters because you hate your players. No, because you want to use the environment for and against. It does talk in this book right here that these things can get trapped in snowy environments. Freak winter that happens to hit Minnesota or Canada, because it will go up there especially during hot summers. I don't know about you, but in my experience, a hot summer usually means an extra cold winter. It can get trapped, right? So you're now playing Rifts Canada. Can you use this? Yes, you can. A subarctic blockhouse lab sits under auroral flickers. Nice little visual there for you. Seasonal ley line surges scramble instruments. So they're used to the ley lines scrambling the technology a little bit. But their heavy roof prints, mangled antenna, and a missing mage intern start to turn unease into real fear. And whiteouts roll in and out because of the blizzard conditions here. This isn't something that you have a week or a month to resolve. This is something that you need to resolve in a day or two. So you can give a non-lethal contract. Station chief pleads for humane solution. You can do mercenary pressure. Hired gun outfit wants the perimeter cleared. So there's already a security team there. They hire you on as extra security. Or just lore for hire. Maybe you come across a shaman, or you've got a wilderness scout or a rogue scholar in your group that wants to know more. And the shaman's like, hey, listen, I know the beast. You're not going to want to fight it, but it hates the long cold. Just get it out of here and you'll be fine. Or maybe that's its weakness. If denied warmth and the ley line, let's do it shamanistically. If denied warmth and the ley line song, He'll even guide you for a favor, but the beast will leave. It wants to go south for the winter. The prob Corrival Battler is keying on the intern, that magical intern's PPE signature. It's still got to show itself, right? It likes the heated rooftop arrays. Why isn't it leaving the cold? Well, because you're giving him a warm place. In cold, its performance dips, but still remains dangerous. Remember, it's only -1 attack, -2 to his abilities, and so forth. But it does take 50% more damage from the extra cold-based weapons. But it's dangerous still because it climbs, it grabs, it retreats to windows, or breaks windows. Sorry, it retreats to other antenna. Your devices that you have out there. Because remember, this is a scientific expedition. You're the game master. You figure out what they're measuring. Maybe seismic activity, and it's breaking all that stuff, right? So I won't put in the complications, but just know it has more to do with the whiteouts, the snowstorms coming in. It's going after the heat beacons for people out there. It actually has the intern at a hostage location. It's cocooned her, essentially, to where he can have more fun with her later. Generators are on the fritz, and maybe there are other predators out there as well. But how do you defeat this? Well, you can do thermal denial. First of all, power down everything. Power down everything that's not critical, that's going to provide heat. Freeze this thing so it just gets the heck out of here, okay? Deploy cold and CO2. Cold smoke, CO2. You get the idea, right? Like a dry ice to get it the heck out of here. Just remember, it doesn't see, well, it does have the feelers, it doesn't see well at night. If you find where the mage is, I'm sure there are ways of finding PPE, ISP, whatever out there to find her. Instead of trying to go in headlong, rappel down or burrow up to that location, rescue her that way. Use other distracting mechanisms, some sort of sonic device that thumps or strobe lights or whatever that just kind of assault its senses. Leave.
Leave.
No, relocate the camp. If the camp can be relocated, just relocate it. Or take a heater truck and have it follow it. Yeah, that's going to suck maybe for the driver. You have to use I'm skipping a lot of the notes here because we are in a time crunch here. We're well after our time here. But you get the idea. Have it follow the heat. Get it to go south and maybe, hate to say this, deal with that village instead of our village.
Wow.
I'm not saying that's the right way.
Cold.
I'm not saying that's the right way. If you have to fight it, favor energy and cold damage, targeted strikes, force it to break off instead of having a full-out slugfest with it. And then finally, if your stuff's strong enough, obviously you have to be mega damage, nets, crowd foam, coordinated energy finishers, hypothermia, expect hypothermia incidents and infrastructure damage if you do it this way, though. So outcomes, non-lethal, move on. Station keeps funding and goodwill. The shaman becomes an ally if you go that route. The battler leaves with the thaw. And another hook is the next surge draws something new. So maybe you have something else to do up there. Heroic rescue. You go rescue the mage. Intern saved. Antenna farm wrecked, unfortunately. Primary study is interrupted. Grant funding agency replaces the lost arrays, but adds strings. And the strings are, bring those hunters back next winter. Hey, you got some seasonal contracts.
Yeah, it is. Oh, okay.
Just purge with a public cost. Town praises safety, but environmental indigenous groups protest. Political fallout and media heat. Remember, we already talked about a rifter that the media is a thing. Yep. And standoff evacuation. Staff is pulled. Station ice is over. Months later, funding doubles to reopen as a sequel seed, but it also means that it's going to cost some people some money, and you're going to be the cause of that. So, the only GM notes that I put on here basically said telegraph its approach, or there are ways to telegraph its approach, play up to its strength, target the highest PPE first. Sorry, wizards, but it comes after you. That's just what happens. Hit and run, climb and pin with the feet. Look at those pinning rules. It's 80% that you get pinned, but I'm strong. Don't care. Avoid long exchanges and offer counters. Deny it warmth. Deny it ley line access, constrain those vertical paths that it likes to climb up. Remember, it's King Kong. Bait with heat decoys, switch damage types, keep the fights off of ledges and away from arrays because it's just going to want to throw you off. And then, it won. That's its win. It doesn't have to kill you. And read this. It doesn't have to kill you. Sometimes it just wants to win. Now, you're a STC fleshy meat bag. It's going to kill you. The dragon, your APC, maybe not. Maybe he just wants to rip the leg off of your robot. I'm not lying when I say that. It could be something like that. Once that leg's ripped off, it won, and it's just going to leave. And you're going to be like, do we continue to fight it? Do you continue to fight it?
Well, it depends. I mean, did I buy that robot that he ripped the leg off? Am I pissed? I mean,
right? Yeah. I mean, exactly. Did you buy that robot? Is it worth the fight still? How much fight is left in it compared to how much fight is left in you? That's what you have.
You are minus one leg on a robot in this scenario, so
right there you go.
Your robot's not very combat effective at this moment.
All right. What do we have for comments?
Oh,
just one. That last one that's up there. I want that one. Yes. No. So the burster, right? We talked before that the burster can't do crap for damage to it, right?
Right. But it's warm.
But he and he has PPE, so he's got the double whammy there. But here's the thing. Absolutely. Hey, burster, get ready to be some bait.
Yep. Y'all seen the crow, right? Little tiny fish on a big effing hook.
Yep. And hope your friends really like you.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Just stuff you already said from Mr. Smith. Because he saw this in a game one time, and this is how he did it. Grabbing a target, climbing, and then dropping someone. Yep. There it is.
Going in with guns blazing, Chris, might not be. Remember, it effectively, unless you're using some sort of energy weapons or whatever, it effectively has on average 1,300 MDC. That boom gun does half damage to it.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. So, okay, well then that is it. I know we went long today. I blame Heathen Dog for his long segments. No, I'm done.
My fault.
It's all good. I am really hungry, though. With that, one last time, I want to let everybody know that Sunday, the plan is for Kevin and Jeremy to be here to talk about, I always got to look this stupid thing up, Nightbane Through the Glass Darkly, the audiobook. We'll see. We got a little thing we have to talk about with that. And to talk about horror gaming and how to do that at your table. Halloween's coming up. We're already in October, and it's good we're doing this year before Halloween. It's like last year we did after Halloween. Like talk about horror gaming at the table and some great ideas on how to do it for kids, adults, skittish people who want all the gore, maybe slasher. I want to see how to actually have a good slasher. One-shot slasher, but also keep up tension and keep that atmosphere and have it right for your table. So that'll be fun to talk about. So I look forward to talking to everybody then.